Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the September the 18th meeting of the Albemarle County Electoral Board. We don't remember how many, except that Jim has written the minutes for every other meeting we've had that's an official meeting. We are now in session. We have quorum. I move that we approve the agenda as written.
I'd like one modification.
Okay.
Either under new business or other items.
Okay.
I would like to talk briefly about dealing with spoiled ballots in early voting.
Okay, let's put that under new business.
And I'd like to amend the spelling of Alex's name.
Alex.
So from here on, I'd like him to be called Eric, E-R-I-C.
Oh, we're not doing it. No, we're not saying that.
All right,
Really. We're not
let's
saying
go with
that.
Alex,
No.
okay.
So
The door's still open.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop doing inside jokes, by the way, because the last one didn't work with Rick, so we're not,
Move to
Next
approve
is-
as amended.
Yep, amended. All in favor, aye. Next, we have a brief announcement from the board. We're gonna turn over to the registrar because the registrar has some wonderful new announcements.
We do. We have had a very exciting and productive week in our office. We have prepared early vote. Alex has that up and ready to go. 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Could you announce the in-person absentee early voting hours, just so we have it on the record?
8:30 until 5, same as our office hours. There will be extended hours towards the end, but now it's 8:30 to 5.
And we're not doing any early and late on Tuesdays and Thursdays, correct?
Until the last.
Until the
2 weeks.
last 2 weeks.
Correct. And then the last 2 Saturdays before the election. And we have mailed out our first mails, which is close to 7,000 have already been mailed out. So that's our big bulk of ongoings have all now this week. So we're real happy about that. And at this
I
point,
know whether New Bern has mailed them yet, or are they waiting till tomorrow?
they probably will mail everything tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow is the deadline across the state, so that's, and we will be sending them subsequent ballots as they come in large groups. As it gets closer to the end, we will not send them off. We will make sure they go out from our office so that they go out in a more timely manner. It's just one extra step, but so everything is up to date on ours. We're going to be emailing all our ballots today. The email ballots will go out today
To overseas.
to overseas people. That's the UACAVA ballots, FPCAs. Anybody who's overseas has requested a ballot by email, which they can only get if they are overseas. So those will go out today or first thing in the morning, depending.
And you have some paper ballots that are planning to.
We have some paper ballots that have to go out of this office. Those are the ones who are overseas, but don't want their ballot emailed. They want it mailed. So those have to be mailed from our office. And we just print the labels and mail them direct from here. That's a small number. And then the most exciting thing we have is that we have hired a new chief deputy registrar. And we are so excited and so lucky to have her. She has a wide variety of experience. She has been an election official, so she knows it from the ground up. She has been in management, journalism. She has a real exciting background. And she has already blended into the office. She's gotten all her paperwork done, and she will be serving long after I'm gone. Alex and Janelle are going to be your go-to people. So everything we do everything that we are doing in the office, we are training together so that when I'm gone, we have two very, very capable trained people. So
Janelle has a long commute.
she
Yes.
does. Right now, she's driving 2 hours, is it?
Yes, just for this week only.
Just
Are
this
you
week.
going all the way back?
She's going all the way back to New York
just
City.
this week only.
But then next week, she's gonna be in Lynchburg, so
Lynchburg.
she's still gonna be driving 29 every morning. So she's on 29, I'm on 64. we'll get here.
Yes.
Do you want to add anything else?
No, that was terrific. Thank you so, well, other than I'm really excited about being here, I cannot wait to get to work with everybody and I'm just, even though it's in the middle of an election, I'm ready to go. So I really thank you.
And the board especially wants to remember that you were on the electoral board.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. She also served on the electoral board, so she's got it down.
New for new.
So,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you so much. It's very kind.
Oh, we're so excited, and I can tell you the office staff is excited. They're all buzzing in there, everybody's talking, everybody's working together well, so it's.
It was hubbubbing when I went in this morning.
We have lovely, we're doing a great thing. So, and we've thrown her into the fire. Coming in the middle of election is really hard. There's not time to sit down and train but she's learning by watching what each person in the office does and everybody contributes to, oh, this is what I do, this is what I do. So she's gonna learn all those things and jump right on. We're excited to have you. And with that, I'm gonna go work on my absentees. So
Thank you very much. Thank you.
you all have.
See you later.
Okay, door open or shut?
Shut, almost shut,
Almost shut.
so the noise doesn't. Public comment, this board is always happy to take public comment during the first, at this point in the discussion and in the meeting. We ask that you control your comments to 3 minutes unless you have something really important that's going to take longer, that you introduce yourself and identify yourself by name and if you represent an organization. We also are happy to take comments from the public during the course of the meeting. Just raise your hand and wait to be recognized by the chair, so we're not talking over each other. And I has his hand up, so unmute and let us hear your comments.
Well, this is Lewis Johnson. I may be jumping the gun a little bit. If I am, I do apologize. But at the last meeting, I was an in-person meeting, and this is for Madam Chair. I believe you had said that you had talked with some other electoral boards and some other places, and you decided it was a good idea to open up with the meeting with a prayer. Is that going to happen today?
It's not going to happen today, but it certainly happened last week, and we'll determine when we will do that and when we won't.
Okay, and I understand that, but my problem with that was not a problem, it's just an observation. I know that there was, excuse me?
We're having problem on this end. Your voice is coming in staccato like.
Okay, I try to speak slowly.
I think that may help.
Okay. I understand about the prayer last week. I thought it was going to be ongoing, but to decide a prayer last week, there was a lot of torment going on in this country. So I don't understand why we cannot follow up and be consistent instead of having a prayer for a particular situation. You did mention a particular name, but when I pledge an oath to the election as a chief/assistant chief and poll worker, we said that we are going to be nonpartisan. And I think we need to stick to that and basically squash all what is going on and hold ourselves accountable not to inject one opinion or another. That is my statement.
Thank you very much for your statement. Is there anyone else who'd like to make a comment this morning? Information? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. Jim, would you like to present minutes from the last 2 meetings?
Minutes from September 10th. I made a minor modification for your request,
Thank you.
and I think that's in this one. Yeah, bottom of the third bullet at the bottom of the
Yep.
page. I move September. Yep.
And waive the reading. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
And
Okay.
September 12th. Did you all
I
have
did
a
read-
chance to?
I did read them.
Did you get a chance?
Yes, I did. Read them last night.
Do you,
Didn't have any questions, comments, or concern.
okay, I
Nor
move
did I.
approval of the September 12th meeting.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
I will mention one thing, we talked about, and the question was asked, can we see, when we're appointing new people, can we at least see who they are? And I said, henceforth, we'll append them to the minutes. Since we only had 4 the last time, I just put their names right there where the appointment of those 4 and said they will be appended, but there they are.
Thank you, Jim.
Penned it at the end of this sentence, not at the end of these minutes.
Okay. Old business voting system security letter.
Yeah, I probably should have taken that off. I don't have any additional status to report.
Okay. ADA inspections. I have been trying to get literally all week in touch with the ADA compliance person for the county, the ADA compliance person for the school system, because we use many schools mercifully. They are a great place to have polling places. I have learned the first names, the last names, and I've spoken to many people in the school system, including Bucky's son-in-law, who was the wrong person to speak with, but he's a lovely man and we had a nice conversation. Hopefully today we will have response from the school system and they can verify that the schools and the rooms that we use and give me something in writing so the board can assume the schools are ADA compliant. And then we will go to all of the other locations. And we're going to divide that up amongst the 3 of us. And we're trying to get, the reason I'm trying to get the county ADA person involved, they were very kind and they came over when we moved the Branchlands polling place from one location to a new location. And they came, a lovely man and woman came and did the ADA inspection with the board, having trouble locating those 2 people. But hopefully by today or tomorrow, we will have them and we'll be able to go make our rounds for ADA next week.
Question on that.
Yep.
I've seen the checklist.
Yep.
Checklist.
And you've commented on it.
Yes. But I don't know that we are supposed to be sending that anywhere. I don't know that we are actually supposed to be sending that to the elect.
It's a guidance for us.
It's got, yeah,
That's
but
my
we
understanding.
have to verify that we've done it. Okay. New business, anybody else have any old business that's not on the agenda? Okay. New business. Test deck ballot. Bucky.
This is a fairly technical topic, so I'll introduce it by explaining first. We had occasion to create a test deck to test our ballot on demand printing capabilities. And in the process of doing that, the state offers guidance on how to build your test deck of ballots.
You want to tell people what a test deck
A
is?
test deck are the ballots that you run through your scanner, in this case, a DS300, and see if the results you get out are the results you expect, whether those are the counts of the votes or to detect overvotes or undervotes or blank ballots, and act accordingly for all of those situations. So you want to make sure that your scanner is properly recognizing the ballots that get fed into it. And in this case, we were testing the ballots printed by the ballot on demand printers in the early in-person absentee voting that starts tomorrow. Seemed important to get that tested. And state guidance is that for a race, for example, where you have 3 possible options, you cast 1 ballot for the first option, 2 ballots for the second option, 3 ballots for the third option, the 1, 2, 3 process. And then if you've done that across all of your ballots and followed that pattern religiously, when you get to the end, it's really easy to see that the totals come out the way you expect them to. I might have 10 for this candidate, 20 for this candidate, and 30 for the next candidate. It's great. However, what that means is that for ballots in a general election where write-in is a choice, write-in gets the majority of the votes, which doesn't mimic what voters do at all. Usually write-in is only occasionally used, and therefore it made more sense to me. This was while I was doing it, but I wasn't going to change it without bringing it to the board. It made more sense to me that in the future, perhaps a 3-2-1 approach. Again, if there were 3 candidates, you'd vote 3 for the first, 2 for the second, and 1 for write-in. 3 options, that is. If there are 4 options, you simply continue the repeating. 3-2-1, 3-2-1, 3-2-1. So it might work out that write-in was the right loop in that sequence to get a whole bunch, but most of the time that's not the case. And I just wanted the board to establish as an ongoing practice in the future, pick a system of numbering that doesn't make write-in the most counted vote you got, because that usually doesn't occur and is not a good test of our systems. That was my suggestion.
I think it's a great suggestion, and I would offer to your explanation. The code says that all of the electronic voting equipment must undergo logic and accuracy testing. And unfortunately, in the past, the ballot on demand system, which prints ballots, that's what it does. You check in a voter, those of you who've worked in-person absentee, which is the only place we use ballot on demand, you know this, but for those of you who are not, the ballot on demand, a voter checks in to the poll pad, the registrar's assistant hits check in, and the printer prints the ballot from a blank piece, a blank card stock, because each optical scan piece of equipment uses a different weight and it may be a different size paper, so that that optical scan will read that piece of paper. We in Albemarle had failed to do any LNA testing on our ballot on demand printers, because the printers have to print accurately with the timing marks around the outside so that the optical scan will read it accurately. Flaw in the printing, then the machine, the optical scanner, will not read that ballot correctly. So the board, the registrar, Alex, and our vendor for the for the poll pads did LNA testing, and that's what Bucky was describing. So now we know that our ballot on demand printers print correctly, because if they're off just a little bit, they won't be read correctly. So that's what we did this week. Thank you. So I think you have a motion on the table?
I just said the board agreed. I didn't think you needed.
That's fine.
Motion.
Well,
I will ask.
I think we do need a motion because it's going to be going forward.
Then I'll move that we, in following the state guidelines for 1, 2, 3 marking, we adjust where we begin that counting so that write-in does not end up being the most popular choice. So we'll still have a 1, 2, 3 result, but write-in won't usually be the 3 times as many as the first choice.
Good. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, man. Sir.
I will mention, normally in testing our DS300 optical scans, the vendor actually produces the test deck and the order. And I assume that will be true when we do the LNA testing in October for all the machines going up to the poll.
Correct.
My suggestion pertained to test decks that we have to produce ourselves. I'm not going to try and get our vendor to change how they produce test decks.
We have in the past produced our own, but
We're not doing
after-
it, not for a
after
long
year or
time.
two, it was like, nah, we're not doing this.
Okay, so we've gotten that. Spoiled ballots, Jim, you wanted to talk
Yeah.
about spoiled ballots in-person absentee?
Yes, particularly. Yeah, I kind of wish Debbie was here, but Sherry is here, who
Yes.
a lot of in-person now. I call it early in-person EIP. I don't think any of the rest of you. Okay, so Sherry, you may,
We have some people on the remote that work in person absentee.
yeah, and for sure, Rick. So I believe for election day, dealing with spoiled ballots should be the way it's always been. Because you're just replacing a ballot and the ballot officer is marking any spoiled ballots
This is at the polling places.
At the
We're
polling
not talking early in person.
at the polling place. But early in person voting, because we're producing ballot on demand, it's a little different. And the vendor, No Ink, said, oh, it's really easy to spoil a ballot and record it and produce a second ballot off of poll pads. And we said, great, I don't think we knew that before. But when the vendor was here Monday, he showed us how to do this, but I think only Clarabelle and I were watching, and he went through it so fast that there was no chance to take notes. And it wasn't all that simple. It did require a chief's override. And then you have to go into one of the advanced things and you have to find an icon for spoiled ballot. And then you have to check a reason it was spoiled. And then it produces a receipt like the other receipts that says spoiled ballot. And then it produces a new ballot for that person. What system have we been using up until now for dealing with spoiled ballots with our ballot on demand printing? Well, that's Sherry since she's here.
It goes to the chief. And the chief will go through the necessary steps, but as election officials doing poll pads, we are not, we don't know how to, you know. print up a number.
But the
We have never
chief,
been
the
taught
chief
how.
has been doing it.
Yes.
Jim,
Well,
Okay,
the
so the
chief
chief-
or the registrar depends on who is in the room.
Well, that's why I thought there was some, when you had a spoiled ballot, there was some communication with the registrar's office about it. And this would be a little bit different. And yes,
Jim, I think that to answer confusion, to correct confusion, I'll call No Ink and get them to present a printed outline of exactly the steps. And then I would agree. I think in order to spoil a ballot and get a new ballot printed, it's probably easiest and safest to go through the chief. But that way, all the chiefs will have a written, and we'll go over it again the first couple of times so everybody
if
knows.
the chief knows how to do it,
Yeah.
then there's not any need for getting the registrar's office involved. And Alex, in your work with No Ink, did you come across maybe an already written instructions for how to do
No.
it? Step 1, step 2, step 3. There's about 7 steps in it. Well, I was going to suggest that Alex talk to Corey and get those steps, but
Alex is doing
everything.
the work of multiple people. So I'm trying to unload him. I'll take care of calling Corey and getting this. Is that okay?
But would you agree with me that he went through them so fast that neither of us could? If we went down there now and tried to do it, we could do it.
I think I can do it,
I
but
think you can.
I think I can do it.
I think-
But having written,
Really calling Clarabelle to spoil
not
the
gonna
ballot,
work.
not a good
not a good
choice.
thing for 45 days. But I think having written instructions from the people that know how to do it the best. And we rely on our vendors a lot because they know their machines better than anybody else.
Ann or Rick, do you have any comment on? You really can't tell whether what he was telling us is a new, easier way to do it than has been done before, or exactly what? I'm very confused on that.
No comment. I'll get the written stuff, the written instructions, and we'll have it available tomorrow morning. And every other morning for 45 days. And maybe this would be a good time for an announcement. Alex? Alexander, you are going to be the point person for in-person absentee voting,
Yes, ma'am.
correct? Thank you very much, along with everything else. Okay. Does the board have any other items before we schedule the next meeting? Okay. We have a meeting already scheduled for next week. But since I forgot to introduce. Our able counsel is here with us. Andrea Rugi, do you have anything you would like to add to that meeting? Sorry. We see, that's what happens when you're here so frequently. We get used to seeing you and we forget to thank you. And I would be remiss if I did not thank Ms. Rugi for being with us in our hours of need. You have been so helpful and you've got other things to do. So we appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, we have a meeting next week. I think we ought to go
Tuesday,
ahead.
The 23rd.
That's correct. We have a meeting on the 23rd. Would someone like to?
am.
Yes, sir. Would someone like to propose a date for the following week? Because no doubt we'll need it as Counselor has suggested, we can always cancel it.
Do we want to have another meeting that week? My availability the following week is limited to not in-person activities and not all of the time.
All right, then the following week would not be good. So skip forward. Do we ought to go ahead and schedule just in case? I
We
do.
should schedule another meeting next week.
I do.
Because
Just in
we
case.
still have some personnel matters
We
we
do.
should be moving forward on.
We do. How does Friday?
I would have to cancel yet another shift at Monticello.
Okay, well, can we do it in the afternoon? What time's your shift at Monticello, Jim?
15 to 4:15.
Bummer. Well, I think we could. Want to
Start at 8.
out or 8:30?
Where's,
Jim will have a conniption if we do 8 o'clock.
or is Thursday?
You can do Thursday. Can we work around my dentist appointment at 9:30?
As hard as the dentist appointment is to get,
Thursday
yes.
afternoon, I'm wide open.
Okay, then how about 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock Thursday?
I can do 8:30 on Friday if you want to do the 8:30 on Friday.
I have, please don't plan for me, but if I have a seminar I'm attending on Thursday in Harrisonburg until 1 o'clock. So if you wanted me to be here, I would have to appear remotely.
So Friday would be better for you.
Friday works better for me or later on Thursday afternoon.
Let's go for 8:30 Friday morning. Jim,
Okay.
Jim, I want to put it in the record that 8:30 was Bucky's suggestion.
Actually, 8 is my suggestion.
Well, I get to be the compromise person. 8:30 on Friday.
Friday the 26th.
Thank you. Okay. Then I move that we go into closed session. Pursuant to. Got my old words. Yes, I got it. Don't have my words. I'm sorry, Jim. I left them. I know where they are, but they're not here with me.
All you
Thank
need
you.
to do is read them off the minutes.
Actually, that's what I'm looking. Code section 2.2-3711A, the Code of Virginia, under subsection 1, to discuss and consider applications, personnel matters, and conduct interviews. We're not doing interviews today. Other personnel. I move that we go into closed session.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Sorry, folks. Thanks for being here. Okay, it is 10:41 and the board has come out of executive session. As per the code resolve that the board convened a closed session pursuant to section 2.2-3711A. And we are coming out of closed session now at 10:41. We certify by vote of all board members that we have participated only in those things which we said we were going to participate. And the only people present were at the very beginning of the meeting, Alex Branch and our council and the three board members, both counselor and Branch left after their part of the meeting. She left after we came into closed session.
She didn't stay for any of the closed session. Then.
I think she did.
I think we had convened it before.
We had
she left.
convened before she left. Because you were, yeah, she was.
Not 100% certain on that.
Yeah, she was here at the very beginning.
Later playback of the video will show whether she left the room while we were still in open session or not.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Back in open session.
We
We have no votes to take. Meeting is adjourned.
But I do have a request if I'm going to call all four of these.